Welcome to Fans React, and I'm going to be talking about the game at the weekend against Accrington. Now, for Sunderland, we drew 2-2 versus Hull. Yeah, we got the point. We stopped the rot of the three defeats. So I'm going to talk about that game first. When the team news came out, no Geeds, I thought, why not start your best player? But seeing that there was some swelling on his foot, I thought that was a good thing to not play him in this game because obviously that is, when you get swelling on your foot, that causes so much pain. So yeah, but we went with a 4-3-3 with Winchester, Scowen, and Grant, and then White, Gooch, and Jones. And yeah, first half I thought we started off well. We dominated, and yeah, we played very well first half. There was some parts where we weren't good, but I thought first half was really good. Grant Ledbetter excellent in the first half. He was controlling the game, great passing, and I thought he was brilliant. I know some fans don't like Grant because he's too slow. He takes so much time on the ball. But I thought first half excellent, brilliant in the first half, and obviously that's what we like from Grant because he's like a cool head, and obviously he does some great passes. And yeah, I thought first half he was brilliant, and that we started off well. Jones scored great by Gooch. I thought Gooch again, he was brilliant as well. I mean, that first half he was fighting for the ball, and then there was a great cross from Gooch and a great finish from Jones, and um, and then I thought, come on now, go for the second, okay? You know, don't just keep on this 1-0 lead. But I mean that we let Hull dictate the possession. We let them play around, and I mean Wilkes, he was, that that Hull, they knew where was the danger. It was on where Wilkes' side is, and McFadzean was terrible. I don't know how Lee Johnson did not bring him off at halftime. I don't know what he was looking at. I think that he needs my glasses because he was getting, he was getting terrorized by Wilkes every time they kept putting the ball out to Wilkes. He kept turning or right, left. McFuzzy did not have a single clue what was happening. I don't know why. I don't know how Lee Johnson just sat there and you're thinking, you know what? Yeah, that he's playing well and he's doing all right. I don't know how it was completely baffling. And that they got the goal from a Wiggs cross, and I don't know what Bailey Wright is doing. He left obviously that player fully alone and free header, and obviously that he scored 1-1, and then we got a penalty. Is it a lucky penalty? Well, it was so close that you can't really tell. But yeah, we got the penalty, and Grant, brilliant penalty, cool, calm, collected. And I thought, okay, 2-1, great. And then going into the second half, I thought we started so poor second half. And fair play to Hull, they played very well second half. They brought the game to us, and you knew where the danger was. It was from Wilkes. I mean, if he could finish, then he could have scored one or two goals because he could have finished. But he was putting some great balls into the box for their plays, and we just couldn't deal with them. And then they scored the goal again from a Wilkes cross, and his poor defending, absolutely poor defending, and yeah, he went 2-2, and then they were going for the third, and Sunderland, they made 2-3 subs. Maguire came on, and it was so good to see him coming on. I mean, we need him because we need the players right now. We are just crying out for some creativity. Or when that he's got creativity. I know sometimes he's very frustrating to watch, but we need him, and Lee Johnson should just start him or bring him when we need him. And he came on. I thought he did well, and we nearly won it. It was the header that came off the bar. I thought that went in, but yeah. It finished 2-2. Could we won that? Well, is a draw fair? result, I don't know. I mean that we could have won that because we played very well. I thought it was a better performance, but we need to defend better. Right? I mean he's not looked right. I mean I keep saying the joke every single time now. He's not looked right last few games since he came back. He's looked poor, and he needs to get back to the way when he first came to Sunderland. But I thought Luke 9 did well. Power, he was all right. Scowen, he was okay. Winchester, I mean that was a lot better. I mean they gave no time for holding that first half, but I think they got very tired in the second half, obviously because when you run a lot, obviously that you're gonna get tired. It's common sense, and Jones did well first half, second half that very quiet. I thought Gooch excellent, and we want to see more of that from Gooch. I thought he was brilliant first half. He was fighting for every ball, and I mean that was a great ball for Jones's goal. I thought he was brilliant. He won the penalty, so that's two assists. And yeah, now talking about the game at the weekend versus Accrington. Now, they're not doing that bad in the league. They're 12th in the league. In the last 5 games, they have won twice, they have lost twice, and they have drawn one as well. And they're very inconsistent. They're very inconsistent. When we played them at their place, I thought first half they looked good. There was one or two great chances for them, but they just couldn't finish. Then when Stewart came on, he changed the game, and we won 2-0. But that was a very tough game. Um, yeah, and they've got some good players like Charles, Bishop, Phillips, and yeah, I mean that we don't really do well against them when we play them at home. So I mean, because obviously they keep going to a draw every time. So fingers crossed we win because we need to go now for a big run. If well, yeah, if when we're gonna go to the playoffs because of I mean that this is looking like playoffs, isn't it? Um, well, there is a small chance that we could get top two, but I mean, do you see Peterborough? They lose 2, 3 games. I know they lost against Gillingham, but obviously then that we've got to win our last 4 or 5 games. And do you really see us winning our last 4 or 5 games? Because when the pressure is gonna be on, we don't really cope well. I mean, we bottle stuff, and going into the playoffs. I mean, what happened last time and the last time before that, we don't really do well in playoffs. But we need to obviously go now on a big run, get that confidence up, and go into these playoffs, you know, brimming with confidence. And yeah, so what do I think that the team will be now? I think it'll be Lee Burge in goal. I thought he was better against Hull. He made some good saves, but I mean them. He made some costly errors against Charlton and what was the other team? He made some against Charlton and Blackpool. He was, yeah. But I thought he was better against Hull. He made some good saves. Now back four. I mean, who can we play? I think it'd be Power, Wright, Luke O'Nien, and I would bring back Hume. I mean, McFadzi, he does well for a few games, but I mean, he was terrible. He was getting turned inside out by Wilkes, and I don't know why Lee Johnson did not bring him off. I don't know what he was looking at. That's his fault. Every time he kept bringing the ball, he just. I mean that there was times when that he was scared to even go for the ball. You're like telling like Jones or telling like Scowen, listen, you mark him because I'm scared because I'm a scaredy cat. I'm like, go for him, man. Just show him that you're there. That show him that you're not to be him. I don't know, man. It was terrible. I thought that was. I mean that he could have got a 1 or a 0 because that was absolutely shocking. Um, Now that I would go with a 3 with Grant, Winchester, and Scowen, I would do that. Now then I would start with Gooch, Wyke, and Jones. Now, Stewart, when he played against this team, I mean that he came on and then he scored a goal, so we could go 4-4-2, but I mean that I would like to see 4-3-3 because I thought it worked well, and I mean, yeah, it's just that that it works well because when we play two, then there's so much space. So if it's like Grant and Scowen, there's so much space, and I mean, the players that can go through that space, and we don't want that because we want to make it very hard for the other team. And yeah, um, but we need to go on a big run because we need to obviously, if we lose and we keep losing, then we're gonna go into the playoffs and we're gonna go out to be the whimper, and I don't want that to happen because I mean that it's been a good season. Yes, we've not done well in the last 2 3 weeks when it's like the big time, when it's like the crunch time. But yeah, I mean we've got to win and starting tomorrow. Now, what do I think the score will be? I mean, the way we're defending, I mean that we will concede because we're not defending well. We're leaving the players like so marked. We're letting them, you know, go into the space. So I think we will win 2-1. I mean, I'm going to say 2-1. And yeah, obviously, fingers crossed we win. And so, yeah, if you're seeing this and that you've not subscribed, come on, lads, now what you waiting for? Just click the subscribe button. You tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, you tell, even your college friends, even tell your work friends. I mean, it is free and it doesn't cost a penny. And yeah, just subscribe because we want to get to 1,000. I think we're about 70 away, 72, 70 away, something like that. So come on, lads. Now, what you waiting for? Subscribe, like, share this as well. So then, obviously, then that people can see this and also subscribe. And you tell me that what do you think the score will be? That what do you think about about that what I said? And you tell me that that if I'm talking crap, something like that, because yeah, obviously that I want to know what you guys think. And yeah, just like, comment, share, and come on, lads, come on, now we need to go on a big run. And yeah, you take care.